Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're putting the Timekettle W4 Pro AI interpreter earbuds, well, under the microscope. They make this big claim, right? Tearing down language barriers instantly. Almost sounds like science fiction.
It really does.
But the big question, especially with a launch price around $450, is this genuinely useful tech for you? Or maybe just clever marketing? We want to figure out if it justifies that premium.
Exactly. We've looked into the reviews, the specs, the real-world tests, and it really boils down to understanding who this is actually for. It's a specialized tool.
Okay, so let's start with the hardware itself. It's quite unique, isn't it?
Very. The design is key here.
They're open ear, they sit over your ear, not jammed inside like a lot of earbuds. Makes them pretty comfortable, I guess, especially for longer periods.
And crucially, easier to share. That seems to be a core idea. Hand one to the person you're talking to.
Right. They're light, too. About 16 grams using Bluetooth 5.3. Pretty standard, modern tech there. But the sharing aspect feels central.
It is, but that convenience, well, it comes tethered to something else.
The app dependency. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, this is critical. These earbuds, they don't really do the translating themselves. They're more like advanced mics and speakers.
So you have to use their companion app.
Absolutely mandatory. And not just the app, you need a solid online connection for almost everything. Think of it as an interpreter system.
Okay, so if your Wi-Fi drops or you lose cell service...
You're basically stuck. It's a major limitation. The whole system relies on that connection.
But assuming you are connected, the language support sounds pretty vast. What was it, 40-something languages?
Yeah, around 40 to 42 languages. And they claim support for something like 93 to 95 accents, which is impressive coverage on paper.
Plus those different modes, one-on-one chats, passively listening in meetings, even translating videos or calls. Seems versatile.
It does seem versatile. You've got the one-on-one, the listen and play for lectures or meetings, and the multimedia translation.
But you mentioned that connection dependency. What about offline?
That's the tricky part. The offline support is, well, it's very limited. We're talking maybe 8 to 13 language pairs, typically the major ones.
So that promise of 40-plus languages really means 40-plus languages if you're online and have a good signal.
Precisely. Lose the connection, and your options shrink dramatically. It's a potential bottleneck for travelers, definitely.
Okay, let's shift to performance. Timekettle boasts about speed, like 0.2-second latency, near real time.
That's the headline number, yes. And sometimes it might hit that. But real conversations, they aren't that clean.
People interrupt, they pause, they backtrack.
Exactly. And reviewers found that's where it stumbles. Mid-sentence interruptions can cause mistranslations or just awkward pauses while it tries to catch up. Context gets lost.
I saw a mention about German specifically, like the nuances.
Right, things like the formal versus informal. In German business talk, complex social context, the kind of subtlety can easily get mangled or lost by the AI. Speed is great, but accuracy in complex situations, still a challenge.
And then there's the sound quality for, just listening to music or podcasts.
Yeah, that's the other trade-off, isn't it? With that open-ear design focused on conversation and sharing.
You're paying $450, but the audio playback quality itself isn't really comparable to premium audio earbuds in the same price bracket.
Not at all. Reviewers were pretty clear. You're paying for the translation engine, the specialized function. Audio fidelity is secondary, maybe even tertiary.
So connecting all these dots, who is this actually for?
It paints a pretty clear picture, I think.
Yeah.
This is aimed squarely at professionals. Business travelers who need quick translations on the go, multilingual teams collaborating, people in roles where switching languages mid-meeting is common.
That scenario of just handing one earbud over seems key.
It's built for that specific workflow, where that immediate hands-free, mostly translation, is more valuable than perfect accuracy or amazing audio.
Which means for the average person, the casual tourist, someone who only needs translation now and then,
the value proposition really drops off. The high cost, the need for the app, the constant connectivity requirement, maybe even subscriptions down the line for full features, it's probably overkill.
So a specialized tool for a specialized job.
That sums it up well. It's genuinely advanced tech, quite bold in its ambition, but definitely niche. Not a universal solution for language barriers just yet.
Okay, so here's something to mull over then. That $450 price tag, it's roughly what you might pay for a pretty decent smartphone these days, right?
Easily a mid-range or even higher-end model.
And your phone already has incredibly powerful translation apps, often free, constantly updated. So the final thought is, Does the specific convenience of these specialized earbuds and not having to pull out your phone truly justify spending that kind of money, especially when you might sacrifice audio quality and are paying the cost of a whole other powerful computing device?
It's a really good question to ask yourself next time you fire up Google Translate or a similar app on your phone. How much is that specific form factor worth?